Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Chaos Enjoyer here, and today we are going to be playing Scarlet Hollow. Now, this is the game from the same dev team behind Slay the Princess, an absolutely fantastic game, which would be really good for this channel had I not already played like 80% of it. So, I'm starting fresh here with a brand new game here. Not brand new. This is just going to be the first episode, which is free to play, by the way. I feel as though I ought to mention that for all you gamers out there. What am I even saying? Anyway, so I'm just going to jump right into it. I don't really know what's up with this game. Now, I will fully level with you guys. I tried to play the first bit of this before. As it turns out, I was actually extremely congested and it was really difficult to speak. This game involves a lot of reading. So, I'm actually going to change slightly what I put in. My name is Sean. I live in the city of Santa Barbara, which I spelled wrong. He, him, definitely. Alright, and then I went through all these traits last time. This is about as far as I made it. Powerful build, tough as nails, the pinnacle of fitness, an imposing presence that commands the room, a mean right hook. Strange and unusual, you see the threads of reality in ways others cannot. You can talk to animals, animals can talk to you, a gift and a curse. I immediately ruled out that one. Good at lying, hard to lie to. You can read people and read the room, no door can hold you. Well-read and rational, possess a wealth of esoteric knowledge and know when to use it, a talented researcher. Now, what I ended up going with was keen eye, observant with a knack for picking up small details, empathetic, and hot. Extremely good-looking, a natural flirt. People just like you, probably because you're a good person. I mean, that's just like me in real life, guys. Anyway, I referred to this as the Sean Spencer build in the ill-fated recording before, so, hence why I've changed my name. Psych is a fantastic show, by the way, if you're looking for that sort of thing. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off, and now here you are, awake again and still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops and seedy depots that would have felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. I just immediately want to say that this is fantastic writing. The funeral of Pearl and Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Fortunately, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. That's the name of the game! Guys. Okay, sorry. Stranger. So anyway, as I was saying... he looks so friendly. Oh no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not sure he even stopped you when you started to doze off. At first you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversation ago. I love this art, by the way. he looks so happy to be here. I was up in Maryland, looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Kinda reminds me of this guy I know. His name's... Probably should... You know... Kind of reminds me of this guy I know named Eli. Not the big one, the skinny one. I know multiple Elis. Anyway, if you know who you are, you're definitely gonna be laughing at that one. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff, you know, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. Wait, what? Are you serious? What's wrong with you? Hell yeah, so chaos, my dude. Why are you talking to me or remain silent? So my reaction is definitely, wait, what? Immediately. Yeah, you know, teen stuff. That's not... So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about how she was gonna call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually hit my friend, and he said it hurt a lot, so I guess she really was mad and not just playing. What is bro yapping about? But she kept swinging, and soon enough, she lost her balance and fell into the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out. Her phone got soaked so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. This guy is a bad person. She kind of became my girlfriend after that, and we've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. Though about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me, like, for real. Jeez, you ever get so mad you just want to, like, kill somebody? No, I can't say that I have. He says she tried to break up with him? You can't even begin to imagine what that might feel like. Nobody's ever broken up with you. Haha. Okay, so, I honestly can't say anybody's ever tried to break up with me. Yeah, I kind of feel like killing someone right now, actually. No, not really. Oh yeah, all the time, never followed through with it, of course. Why are you telling me this? You don't know me. I have never felt that way about another person, and I find it alarming that you have. Smile and pretend he didn't just say that. Okay, getting into the Sean Spencer mindset here. I have never felt that way. I have never felt that way about another person, and I find it alarming that you have. You're young. You'll get it when somebody tries to break your heart one day. It changes a person. Makes them think things they never thought they could. I honestly could have killed that woman. That is great for you, buddy. This is really uncomfortable. Anyway, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. But I don't know if I'm, like, into that stuff, so I might just wind up on a bus to New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there. You are a horrible person. Wow. Your girlfriend is giving birth right now when you're thinking about ditching her to have fun in New York? Haha, that's interesting. Haha, that's nice, buddy. Smart move, get out while you still can, remain silent. I think I'm gonna go with keen eye. Do you love her enough to make this work? You were so worked up by the thought of losing her that you threatened to kill her, but now that she's giving birth to a child you created together, you're planning on running off? Even if you love her, think about whether that love is strong enough that you'd be able to handle raising a kid together. Think about how your actions are going to impact his life, and whether removing yourself would be better for him in the long run. Dang, I am a deep thinker. Huh, yeah, good stuff to think about. Anyways, where'd you say you were headed? Scarlet Hollow. I mean, I have to say it. Scarlet Hollow. Oh, the holler, huh? That's what they call the hollows up in the mountains, you know? I had a couple of buddies who went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the holler, you see, and there's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. I never want to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are, thanks, but my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while, now that I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook, see how they're doing up there. Hope they didn't die. Anyway, he looks back at his phone, for once focused on something other than you. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me around to talk to. Here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles through his pack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. I got them at a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. Tip: sometimes picking a dialogue option establishes new facts about who you are. That's an interesting little mechanic there. Nice, I love boiled peanuts. Take the peanuts, no thanks, screw you and screw your peanuts. I'm actually allergic to peanuts. Eat the peanuts. So I'm guessing that if I say I'm allergic to peanuts, I will become allergic to peanuts. But what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to take these peanuts and save them for later. Maybe, like, I don't know, feed them to a monster if it tries to attack me or something. By the way, did I mention that this is a horror game? I'm pretty sure this is a horror game. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. I'm all alone, all by myself. And just like that, the stranger is gone. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow. End of the line. Why is it always the end of the line? Almost there. Alright, I'm gonna save. I like how this is pretty much the exact same UI as Controls. Huh. Alright.
Self-voicing enabled. The bus finally comes to a stop, its
I was
brakes
really curious
squealing
about
as
that.
it deposits you in front of the
Yeah, that's awful.
self-voicing disabled.
Yeah, that's terrible. Wow. The bus finally comes to a stop, its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. I can't remember if I finished my sentence or not. This runs on like the same UI as Slay the Princess, which is really nice. Hold on, camera's gonna cut for a second because I'm about to blow my nose. Okay, we're back. The sign at least reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk. Though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the doors behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you and this place behind. Hey, Sean. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. Make her good first impression with a winning smile. Offer her your boiled peanuts as a condolence. Looks like somebody needs a hug. I am not Buddy the Elf. Hey, Tabitha. I'm so sorry for your loss, Tabitha. Remain silent. I think I'm gonna make a good first impression here, because she doesn't look too happy. You've never met someone who is able to resist your ability to make a good first impression. You flash a soft smile and give your condolences. Tabitha, it's so nice to finally meet you. I'm sorry to hear about your mom. Thanks. For a brief moment, Tabitha is put at ease, for she quickly straightens up and the annoyance returns to her face. It might not have been much, but you can confidently notch up another victory courtesy of the winning Sean smile. Come on, let's go. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. It doesn't take much driving, for the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Tip. Dialogue options labeled Explore can usually be taken without advancing the story. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully. Okay. I guess we're both members of the Dead Moms Club now, huh? Your cousin turns to you with an icy glare. Maybe this would have worked to ease the tension if she were someone else, but she isn't. She turns back to the road, her expression cold and unforgiving. How are you holding up? Fine. Are you sure? You seem tense. You know you could talk to me, right? She tenses up even more before letting out a heavy sigh. Look, I appreciate your concern, but I'm fine, really. So, the funeral. It's on Sunday, right? Yep, like I told you. Geez, that's almost a whole week. I got here a little early. That is not the play. Since I'm here, do you need any help planning? I know this stuff isn't easy. Have you worked out all the details yet? Remain silent. I want to be as friendly as possible. I want her to like me. Since I'm here, do you need any help planning? I know this stuff isn't easy. It's actually been fine. Just needed the confidence and somebody to dig a hole. I'm good at digging holes. Can't believe we've never actually met before this. You have your mom to thank for that. Or had, I guess. Huh. Look, I don't know what my mom did to piss off this side of the family, and I know you're going through a lot right now, but that comment was unnecessary. Is there bad blood between us? You don't know me, and I don't know what my mom's problem was with this side of the family. I don't know why my mom left or what kind of grudge she had against this side of the family, but I'm sorry. I wish I'd known about you. Yeah, let's go with that one. Whatever. What's done is done. Remain silent. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin as your car eases up the steep mountain road. Ah. That looks like a very safe house. I'm not worried that it'll just go careening over the edge of the cliff at any point. And here it is, the Scarlet Estate. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you, someone used to cramped apartments in gray cities. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you. As you stare at it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long, long time ago. And we are in the mansion. All of which, is this just like an artistic choice, or is the whole thing slightly askew? You're hit with a blast of dusty air as you step across the threshold and into the foyer. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive, each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Did you guys hear that too? Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen. And hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. What are you hiding, Tabitha? Yeah, you're hiding something from me. What's down that hallway, huh? What's down the hallway with the floor that gives out? I'm too scared of the floor giving out to explore that. But I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to work. You can leave your bags here for the time being. Sorry, you know me, the congestion had to blow my nose. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. Cool, thanks. So you live here. It's beautiful. Lie, it's beautiful and clean. This place is falling apart. I thought y'all were loaded. Can't you afford to fix this dump? I think I'm just gonna go with a cool thanks. Shall we begin our tour? Follow me. I'm literally going through this with the mindset of what would Sean Spencer do. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. There's a cat, by the way. Can I pet the cat? Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Valid. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Some explore options prevent you from taking others. Choose carefully. Ah, okay. So I'm starting to see how this kind of fits together. If I was allergic to peanut butter, or peanuts, this would be... I would have new dialogue options here. I will say, one of the big marketing things of this game is a game that it branches so deeply that you'll only see about a fifth of it on a single playthrough. So yeah, there's like a lot of branching paths in this one. So honestly, before I buy the full version, which I mean at this point, like let's be honest, I'm going to and play through the whole thing, I might go back and just replay this chapter like 2 or 3 times and see where I can end up. What if I want ice cream? Then you can buy yourself some at the general store. If you touch my stash, I will know and there will be consequences. But I'm your guest. Aren't you supposed to take care of me? I am, hence the PB&J fixings. That'll get you through the week. You don't need me to buy you ice cream, so I don't have to. PB&J, how do you know it was one of my favorites? Looks like your famous smile, doesn't it? Run in. That's great. I don't know if that popped up for you guys. I just got a Steam achievement for that, by the way. It looks like your famous smile doesn't run in the family. I didn't, but good for you. So I love that there's just like lies everywhere. Someone cleans this place? I don't know. I don't want to say that. That seems rude to me. This is so nice. It's so much bigger than what I'm used to in the city. Is that a kitchen island? Hold on. Sorry, I'm a victim of the... My apologies. I am a victim of the illness. It is, thank you. Alright, what's next? Bathroom, follow me. Great, it's been hours since I've gone. As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. I just go straight for the cat. Before following your cousin down the hall, you decide to pet the cat. She bites you hard and hisses violently. Aww. Tabitha sighs. As you've now learned, you should not pet...
Self-voicing enabled. Tabitha, as you've now learned, you should not pet Frou-Frou. Self-voicing disabled.
As you've now learned, you should not pet Frou-Frou. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. Come on, the bathroom awaits. I wonder if I'm gonna turn into a werecat now. You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being, you feel lucky to have not fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom. Not much to show. It's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must if you must. It is a wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and mystery stains paint the floor. Who exactly uses this bathroom? Guests. This is the worst bathroom I've ever seen. You could practically hear Tabitha roll her eyes at you from the other side of the bathroom wall. It'd be a lot nicer if Janie didn't have a policy about bathrooms. She cleans mine but refuses to do more than that, so you can blame her for the state of the place. You could clean it. Tabitha scoffs from outside of the room. Hurry up and do your business so we can move on with our lives. Wait, are you sure this toilet works? Yes. Why wouldn't it? The water bill gets paid, therefore the toilet works. Now do your business so we can move on. But it's so crusty. It's fine. Don't be so dramatic. Lift toilet seat. Bug Skinner from the bowl as you lift the seat. I'm good. You aren't desperate for this. You know, on second thought, I don't think I need to go. You might as well try, since we're here. Is there another bathroom I could use? There's my bathroom and there's my departed mother's. But this one is the guest bathroom, so you should get used to using it. How badly do I need to go? I'm gonna say, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. You leave the bathroom to rejoin your cousin and finish the tour. You still have to go, but it can wait until later. Maybe you'll sneak out to the garden. Next up, guest bedroom. Last stop on the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you better be grateful. The closet is full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty. What's with all the boxes? Old family stuff. What kind of family stuff? Unimportant family stuff. Lie. This room is nice, thank you. This is great, way nicer than what I'm used to. This room is nice, thank you. Good. You should be honored to stay in a historic landmark such as this. Every piece of furniture in this room is a genuine antique, handed down through the family for generations. This is not an IKEA bedroom or whatever such nonsense you're used to in the city. Who used to sleep here? When? This house is almost 150 years old. Many, many people have slept here. And now you'll sleep here, carrying on the fine tradition of bedrooms being slept in. I like her. She's sarcastic. You know, got a little bite. I guess I'll start to get settled. Fun character. This is one of those characters I think that I would hate in real life if this was like a real person I had to interact with, but very fun interacting with her in a game. Follow me. I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. Huh. Some dialogue options will open additional conversation paths, some right away and others down the line. Alright. So yeah, I know for a fact that this is also kind of has dating sim elements. So hey, is it cool if I have people over at some point this week? What are you talking about? You don't even know anybody who lives here. I'm talking about smooching, Tabitha. What's your smooching policy? I thought you were here for a funeral. I can't believe I even have to say this, but please don't bring someone home to, you know. Look, I have enough on my plate already. Let's just forget you said anything. That's a. See, what would Sean Spencer do is really carrying me here. You know, we don't have to inherit our parents' bad blood. We can start fresh now that it's just us. Okay, I'm sorry I've been testy since you've gotten here. You've been fine. I'm just under a lot of pressure right now. Please just stay out of my hair until later, okay? I have work to do. What am I supposed to do while you're gone? There's a very demanding job I should be getting back to right now that doesn't include figuring out activities for you to occupy your time with. I'm not your babysitter. Why don't you, I don't know, go walk around in town or something until you get tired? There are historic buildings to look at. I'm sure you'll have a great time. What kind of work do you do? I run the coal mine, same as every Scarlet who came before me. Except for you and your mom. It requires a lot of time and concentration, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't keep me for long. Huh. So I think it's really clear what I'm gonna pick here. First I'm gonna say, can I come watch? What? No, the mine is dangerous. I can't babysit you and do my job. I didn't know we owned a coal mine. We don't own the coal mine. I own the coal mine. Your side of the family forfeited any claim to it years ago. And you know, I have to say hashtag girlboss. There's no other option. Damn, I can't believe you're only in your 20s and already running a coal mine. Talk about hashtag girlboss. Don't patronize me. I know you have nothing to your name, Sean. Any other inane questions before I leave? I'm kind of between these two. Do you think you can take me to town before you leave? No, it's just down the hill. You can walk there yourself. I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. We'll see. There's a lot that needs to get done this week. Your cousin leaves through the front door. And now it's just you. You and this sprawling, decrepit estate. Ooh, these are tempting options. A PB&J sounds great right now. Oh, sorry, I forgot to read that. You're back in the kitchen, ready to craft a beautiful peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's a daunting task given the state of the place, but the aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh your fear of food poisoning. To get started, you'll probably need to find some peanut butter, some jelly, bread, a plate, and a knife. I want to see frou-frou. The cat hisses you draw near, but remains firmly in place. This is clearly frou-frou's spot on the counter. I will back away. You back away from frou-frou, trying not to make any sudden movements. Search the fridge. As you approach the fridge, your eyes catch a note taped to the door, reading "JD, stay out" in all caps. Below it, in separate handwriting, are the words "Okie dokie." That's giving the Undertale notes. Sands of Papyrus. You open the fridge. You already feel a deep urge to wash your hands, even though you have yet to touch anything other than the handle. I want to, just to spite Tabitha, but I want to be friends with Tabitha. I have a feeling that I have a feeling that being on Tabitha's good side is going to be the best thing I could do here. You reach for one of the unopened jars of grape jelly, carefully checking its expiration date. You breathe a sigh of relief when you realize it's recent. This is either purchased specifically for you, or jelly is one of the few things in this kitchen Tabitha actually uses. All you need now is a plate, a knife, bread, and some peanut butter. Better close this fridge and keep looking. Check mayonnaise. You know you probably should, but a part of you has to know how old that mayonnaise is. You pick up the jar, its label flaking in your hand. It expired 10 years ago. This jar of mayonnaise is old enough to graduate the 5th grade. Best to put it back and forget you ever saw it. Hold on. Alright. Let's close the fridge. I don't want to... I'm tempted by the ice cream, but again, friendship is important with my cousin here. Let's search the pantry. Tabitha sure loves her mac and cheese. Look closer. Ugh. You squint into the darkness of the pantry. Behind the molded bread, a single book lies forgotten, a thin layer of dust collected on its cover. You pick it up. You flip to a bookmarked page. Oh. Both Calfsbrain and Aspic are unappetizing enough on their own. You can only imagine how vile the combination of the two would be. What kind of person would call this their favorite food? No wonder your mom ran far, far away from this place. You shut the book and put it back in its place. So examining the mac and cheese doesn't actually do anything. Craft. You can't say you've ever seen the brand before. Oh, that would be evil. I am not evil. I'll just put it back. Staying away from the mac and cheese is one of your cousin's hard rules, and she already seems to not like you. You put the box back where you found it, reluctant to make things worse than they already are. Let's take some bread. You pick up one of the non-moldy loaves of bread. Great, one step closer to a satisfying snack. All you need now is a plate, a knife, and some peanut butter. Take peanut butter. Give peanut butter. The king of nut butters. And only 3% of each jar is mashed up cockroaches. The only things you need now are a plate and a knife. Let's close this pantry. You close the pantry door as best you can and turn back to the rest of the kitchen. Let's search the cabinets. This cabinet must be where Tabitha keeps the dishware and, oddly enough, the utensils. Let's examine the shot glass. I survived Deb's 50th. Your aunt's name was Pearl Ann, so this wasn't from her 50th. From the few stories you'd heard from your mom, Pearl Ann wasn't the type to have kishy friends who gave out themed shot glasses at their birthday parties. Maybe it belongs to Janie. You imagine she might need an alcoholic beverage to get through cleaning this place, especially with Tabitha's sour face peering over her shoulder. Oh no. Grabbing a bowl is stepping towards the ice cream. Examine the mug. I was blown away at Blowing Rock, North Carolina. So your aunt and cousin actually traveled sometimes, even if it was only a few hours from the estate. Maybe you could route your return trip through Blowing Rock. It might be nice to see the local sights before heading home. Let's grab a plate and a butter knife. You grab a plate and a butter knife. This is the last ingredient needed to make your PB&J. Time to get to work. You close the cabinet and look back to the rest of the kitchen. Make that PB&J! Despite the state of this horrendous kitchen, you have successfully combined your 3 ingredients to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Congratulations, you can feed yourself. A job well done. Hey, I got a Steam achievement for that. All that hassle and it took you less than a minute to eat. The rest of the day lies in front of you. Let's check out this garden. Ooh. This garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. It might not be very safe, but who's to stop you from venturing deeper? I don't like that it's not like a specifically explore option here. I am going to return to the kitchen. I'm done here. Congratulations, you've eaten and have a full day ahead of you. What do you want to do next? I do want to investigate the Forbidden Wing. I really do. Alright. If anything goes wrong, with Tabitha gone, there's no one stopping you from going into the Forbidden Wing of the estate. You immediately try the nearest door, only to be impeded by locks and chains. Well, I might as well settle into my room. Now that your cousin is gone, the aches and pains of your journey sink into your bones. You stumble back up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance to your room. Let's examine the painting on the wall. This must be an older relative of yours, judging by the dates on the inscription. You'd never heard of her, but you'd barely heard anything about your aunt and cousin until a week ago, so that's hardly a surprise. Maybe you could ask Tabitha about this Mary Belle Scarlet the next time you see her. That is if she's actually in the mood for conversation. Look out the window. Ooh, the garden. You can only imagine how beautiful the garden must have been in its heyday. If you owned this place, you'd totally get out there with a shovel and some gardening gloves and whip it into shape. You go out and pull weeds, chop trees, carve topiaries, and do whatever you need to do to return it to its former glory. Running out of air. And once it was all done, you'd sit by the fountain, which of course would have a little goldfish in it, and drink a floral tea while enjoying the birdsong. Yeah, you'd definitely do that. Just not right now. Yeah. Alright, let's check the closet. I was very curious. Oh, okay. You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in this dresser instead of this closet. There must be decades of family history stacked up in here. Pick up the doll. Of course you're sharing a room with a creepy doll. You pick it up to examine it more closely. Its foot reads Property of Alexandra. No need to carry this around with you. You close the closet behind you. I'm gonna put my spare clothes in the dresser. And there's a possum. You drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer, and a possum lurks within. It is quiet but angry. This is what this moment was for. You hold out your still dripping bag of boiled peanuts. The opossum hisses in disgust, stiffens, and begins to drool, feigning death. You close the drawer. You might as well leave it be. You open the top drawer next. It's empty, as good a place as you'll find to put your clothes. Based on the state of the house, you wonder if you'd have been better off keeping your clothes in your nice clean bag, but there's no going back now. That's enough. Doesn't seem like there's much else for you to do here right now. Might as well head to town. Now that you're settled in, there's not much left for you to do here other than head out and explore the town. You do just that. If you'd have known you'd wind up... Oh hey, I just got an achievement for exploring every room of the estate before going to town. If you'd have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension. Then maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. Continue down the path. Ooh, it is really pretty out here. Continue down the path. And here we are. Finally, you made it back to town. The holler, as that guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane, and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Dog! Gretchen, come back! Quit bothering strangers! Ah. Oh, I haven't seen you around here before. Mothman t-shirt. The young woman is noticeably flustered by your appearance. It's a phenomenon that you, as a hot, are all too familiar with. Hot supremacy. I don't like how it makes it sound like that. Sorry about Gretchen. She can be very slippery when she wants to be. Hope she didn't scare you. Tell me more about this wonderful creature. Gladly. Her favorite food is Cheese Whiz, her favorite toy is an old sock I sewed to look like a squirrel, and her favorite show is Murder, She Wrote. Sometimes I leave it on in the background while I'm working to give her something to do. She'll actually sit in her little bed and watch it, like an old lady with her programs. But what am I doing? I got so caught up in the excitement of meeting someone new that I entirely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Stella. It's not often I see a strange face up in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? I am not offering her my boiled peanuts. Hi, I'm Sean. Sean Spencer. You must be Tabby's cousin, right? That's the only person I can think of who would come to town for the funeral. How's she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her, all alone up in that big house. I'm sorry, did you say Tabby? I can't imagine Tabitha ever going by something so... cute. She did back when I knew her better. It's been a while. I hope she's okay. I'm worried about her too. She's always been a little rough around the edges, but I figured she'd probably be having a rough go with things. She and her mom were really close. I think she's been up in that old mansion all by herself. Sorry about that. It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even if she doesn't think so herself. How long have you... Are you two friends? I was probably closer than most people who got to being able to call her a friend. The school here is really small, so everyone had to at least get along with everyone else. She was a grade ahead of me, but everyone knew her, especially since she's a Scarlet. We wound up bonding a bit when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck and she was Mustard Seed, a thespian. Huh. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up a bit in the end. But then she graduated, and that was that. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee, and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat. Hot, flirt, and lie? Yeah, sure, let's flirt with the first person I meet. Actually, let's see. Biscuits? Your treat? Hell yeah. Sure, why not? I'm not really hungry. It was nice meeting you. I'll be on my way. I think I'm just going to wander for a while. Thanks for the offer, though. Yeah, I'll pass. I should go, turn around, and leave without saying another word. So I'm between these two right now. Because I do know, for the very minimal knowledge of this game, there are multiple romance options here, and I don't want to just jump on the first romance train I can before seeing my options, you know? Especially in a game like this with so many paths. You know what, I'm just going to be really charming all the time. I normally have a rule of accepting strange food invitations from people I don't know, but I'll make an exception because you're pretty. What can I say? I know I have my charms. I'm interested about this group of people over here immediately. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with the comforting din of Wow. The comforting din of human life. All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. Hey everyone, I'm Sean. Just in town for the funeral. Nice to meet y'all. The woman behind the counter beams back at you. Hi there, and welcome to the holler. You just let us know if you need anything, okay? You nod politely, giving a small wave as you and Stella slide into the nearest booth. Looks like you'll probably be the talk of the town for a while. It's not often folks around here meet many strangers, and with who you're related to, well, folks love their gossip, you know? As you settle into the booth, you can't help but pick up some of the murmurs of conversation around you. Let's listen in. Stella turns to Gretchen while you take a quick look around the diner. At the counter, two policemen and a woman you assume to be the owner shoot sidelong glances in your direction while whispering to each other. I literally am Sean Spencering right now, zeroing in on the clues. Vivian's kid. Never thought we'd actually meet him. Looks so much like her. Oh yes, those eyes are unmistakable. That haunted look. I always thought it'd go away once she finally got out of this town, but I guess unhappiness was baked into her DNA. But my oh my, he wears it well, doesn't he? That he does. A young mother and her syrup-stained child sit at the table across from you. Mommy, who's that? Don't stare, Tulip. That's Miss Tabitha's cousin. Oh, wow, he's way beautifuler than Tabitha. Shh, you shouldn't say such things. It's not very nice. Now, are you gonna finish your pancakes? They're almost cold, Sweet Pea, and we've gotta get home to help Daddy. In the far back corner, a man sits alone at a small table, sipping coffee and reading a paper. Why are the strangers who wander into town never gorgeous blonde ladies of an appropriate age? Why is it always coal boys, punks, and whippersnappers? Lastly, a group of coal miners sit hunched around the corner booth, readily scarfing down heaping plates of food. So that's the boss's cousin. Okay, that's why they're all in uniform. They're all miners. So that's the boss's cousin. Sorry, guys. The illness. There's that funeral this week, if I'm remembering right, for old Miss Pearl Ann. May she rot in peace. Oh, let the lady rest, Zax. One shouldn't speak ill of the dead, no matter how foul they were, especially before they'd been so much as laid to rest. If you'd been around her in her heyday, you'd be speaking ill too, Rodriguez. He's right. Nastiest woman I've ever met. That Tabitha is a blessing compared to her. Curse the whole lot of them. May every Scarlet burn in hell. Thanks, buddy. That's enough of that. Hey, Stella, I went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. They quietly place a cup of coffee in front of Stella. And here's some bacon for the little lady. Gretchen sifts the bacon and digs in. Tip, you can hit the H button to hide the text box at any time. That's great. And what about you, stranger? Anything I can get you? The name's Avery. I'll be taking care of you today. Offer them your boiled peanuts. I'm just gonna keep these as long as I can and see how many options I get. Stella said she's fine, so I'll have one of everything, please and thank you. I'll just get a biscuit and coffee, that's what she offered, but... Order a biscuit and coffee. Could I have a biscuit and coffee, please? I heard they were really good. Best in the county. She has eaten her bacon. I love her. The dog. Avery pours the fragrant brew into the empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and I'm, sorry for your loss. Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. Anyways, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slumber around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. Maybe murders or something. I don't know. I have no idea what's going to be going on in this game. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. That should be right after the funeral, too, so it'll be a special occasion. Sounds neat. Maybe I'll check some of these things out. Anyway, those are all the big events I could think of. As for the day-to-day, any idea how you want to kill time for the rest of the week? Do you have something in mind? What's it to you? Honestly, no clue. I'm sure I'll be able to occupy myself. I'll probably just do what I can to support Tabitha. I kind of assumed I'd be spending my time trying out Tabitha, but I'm not sure that's enough for a full schedule. Let's see, keen eye. Do you have something in mind? Something's telling me this is a loaded question. Was I being that obvious? My job means I spend a lot of time in the woods with the camera, and it's always better when someone else is there to... Before Stella can finish, Avery returns, biscuit in tow. Here's your biscuit. Winnie sends us on the house. She sends her condolences. What do I look like, a charity case? I threw it on the ground. Sorry, I was literally just listening to that song a bit ago. Thanks, it looks great. Thanks, Avery, it looks great. You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. Buttery warmth emanates from its surface. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth, as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. Whoa. This is a really good biscuit. Wow. I'm so glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So, has Stella mentioned she's famous? No, she has not. Haha. Oh, Avery, I'm not famous. You're the only person I know who's been on the news. If that's not famous, then I don't know what is. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. No way! Twinsies! Anyway. Wow, that's rad. You and everyone else. I've never met a YouTuber before. I'd love to check out your channel at some point. Aw, thanks. It's nothing much. It pays the bills, but it's mostly a passion project, you know. I'm willing to bet cryptids are involved. She's selling herself short, Sean. Her stuff is amazing. She hunts cryptids. I must be psychic or something. I think the best video to start with would be that river one. You know, the controversial one? Ooh. Oh yeah, the Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of the footage at the time, but it's really wound up doing numbers. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera. Ooh. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in a river. Despite this shaky camera footage, you can clearly make out the shape of the creature's head and its relative body proportions. You're pretty sure it's a cat, and a big one at that. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I've ever seen. I also had people saying it was a dog, or even a capybara that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. It looks like a big cat. See, it's got those little kitty cat ears right there. Maybe it's a mountain lion. No way. It's absolutely not a mountain lion. There are no mountain lions this far east. I did a whole video on the Appalachian mountain lion that found Jack squat, and there's no reason that wind would be swimming in the river like this. They're not fans of water. And the body is too long. No way. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. There's always people keeping those things as exotic pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Yeah, exactly. Some exotic pet owner set it free and now it will forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. So, speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along? I would love to. It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm gonna go after the... Wait, no spoilers! I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends anyway. See you all around. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after Skunk Ape. Ooh. Interesting, interesting. Tell me more. Well, it's kind of like Bigfoot, only smellier. Both skunk ape sightings are from Florida, but while I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck playing tug of war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against the darkening sky, that sort of thing? That depends. Will Gretchen be there? Of course, it's actually been a while since I've had anyone but Gretchen out there with me. Say no more, I'm in. Stuff's gonna go down. I've played enough games to know that that's where the things are gonna happen. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with a couple buddies of mine back in middle school, so it'll kind of be like a blast from the past. I miss those two. Our videos were terrible. You know, that gets me thinking. I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us. Get the old gang back together. Though I guess Kanika has to close out the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we could get him to come out of his cave if he's up for it. Do you mind if I make a quick call? Stella pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese! Dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Aw man, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by, or... Okay, if you're really sure. But if you change your mind... Oh, I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come out to the woods tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. That's me. I'm somebody cool. He's Tabitha's cousin. I know. Yeah, just here for the week. Anyway, we're going out to look for Skunk Ape. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Dang, man. That sounds awful. I usually take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometimes this week and we can have a more low-key hang. How's that? Looks like it's just you and me, pal. Did he ask you to bring me to his house? Why? He's excited to meet you, of course. I think you'll find most folks in town are. Honestly, I'm glad it's just the two of us. Yeah, fair enough. You just got here and I'm probably already overloading you a bit. Sorry about that. We should stop by his place sometime this week, though. I think you two would like each other. He could be a little rough around the edges, but in, like, a funny way. Also, if there's two of us, there's a higher chance of stuff happening. And by that, I mean... Phrasing. By that, I mean spooky, insane garbage will go down. We'll be in more danger. That way it'll be scarier. Phrasing is very important. So, we should probably head out if we want to make it up the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. Let's leave a generous tip. You reach into your pocket and pull out a crumpled $5 bill. You know it's a bit more than one would expect to get from a short dining experience, but you might as well share the wealth while you've got it. And they gave me a free biscuit. You smooth out the bill before placing it on the table inconspicuously. Oh, that's awesome of you. Avery will appreciate that, I'm sure. Stella turns to leave the diner with you following close behind. Ooh. Alright, I have been recording for 55 minutes. So I think, this is gonna be where I call it for today. It's been fun. But anyway, I'm gonna save. Yeah, nothing happened in the Forbidden Wing, so I'll just save over that, which I will not regret later. So anyway, let's get, full screen. Oh, come on! That makes a huge difference for everyone involved. Okay, well, next time you'll have better visuals, I promise. Anyway, let's yeah, I'll call it there for today. Yeah, I saved. Thank you all for watching, as always, and I will see you all in the next one.